And that's actually something that we hear quite a bit. One of the things I wanted to talk about, just to kick this off here today, guys, is the basics, they matter, okay? I mean, if I think of firing a weapon in the Marine Corps, we spent, I don't know, a good week on the rifle range before we ever loaded a damn weapon, okay? And it's called snapping in, where we used old iron sights back in the day, and we would snap in on the target. We'd learn how to breathe. We'd learn how to sit and lay in different positions. And it was the basics over and over and over and over again. When I think of football, like I talked about on the podcast here a bit, I don't care who your quarterback is. I don't care, you know, what's happening. If you do not block for him, he's dead. On defense, it doesn't matter what defense you run. If you don't know how to tackle, if you don't know, I mean, shoot, I just did a parent meeting for my football program the other night. I said the 3 keys to defense are you got to know where to line up, you got to know what your assignment is, and then you got to implement the assignment, okay? And it's that simple. If we don't line up right and know what we're supposed to be doing, doesn't matter what the scheme is, doesn't matter how athletic I am. So sales is no different. So many times I hear, when are we going to get something new? When are we going to get something fresh? In fact, let's just be honest and own our crap right now. You know, we got a few people on the call here today. See, and people are probably not on this call that should be on this call because they think this is too freaking simple for them. All right, but and I'll start with me. I'll just type me. I did me. Here's my question for you. Have you ever thought to yourself in this whole Shin Fu thing, this whole sales process that we have here, have you ever thought, oh, this is too basic. When is the new and fresh stuff going to come? When's the advanced stuff going to come? When are you going to give us something new? All right, we've had people not renew for the CSA Mastermind for this very reason. But it's funny, when you look at a lot of these people, they're not even doing the basic stuff. Apparently none of you are doing it because nobody typed me, all right, which is fine. But I've thought that before. Man, we gotta offer something fresh. And I understand that we want to continue to evolve and grow, but holy cow, so many of us haven't even gotten off the tricycle yet. And I'm curious, those of you that are even watching this right now, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, have you even earned your damn green belt? Have you earned the belts? Because it's just the basic stuff. You know, it's like if you don't show up and practice, how do you expect to perform to your greatest ability and to your potential on game day? Okay, and I appreciate those of you that are sharing right now that you have not. Okay, you know, one of the things about, what do they say about common sense is it's not common. Well, it's kind of the same thing with the basics in anything. You know, very few people master the basics. Very few people have the stomach to keep showing up day in and day out and doing those little things. It's kind of like, in fact, I'm reading a book here, total squirrel moment here for you guys, but shoot, I don't have the book with me. It's called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. He's a financial guy. He just takes a different approach on some things. And he talks about most people are not rich because they're always looking for the new fresh thing to invest money in or the latest, you know, real estate deal or whatever, instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to take 5%, 10% of my paycheck and I'm going to dump it into my, you know, Roth IRA, and I'm just going to keep plugging away at that, put it on autopilot. It's not sexy enough. And that's one of the problems with the basics, you guys, is they're often not the sexy, fresh thing. All right. In fact, I did a talk not too long ago where I was sharing that everyone on the planet knows exactly how to lose weight. Okay, might have been on my last call, right? With the CSA call last week that I did. All right. We all know how to lose weight. You bring in less calories and you burn more. Okay. You eat right, you eat less, and you move your body. Everybody understands that. However, very few do it because it's not exciting enough. And so what do? We Google all this other crap and all these other programs, yet we're not even doing the basic stuff. So you guys get the point. So today we're going to get back to the basics here. And before we do that, I just want to kick off. Tell me what you have sold in the chat box this week so far. It's Tuesday. We're only 2 days in. How much have you sold this week? Curious what we got. All right? Because if we're not focusing on this stuff, if we're not looking at our numbers on a consistent basis, then we just kind of get what we get. So guys, here's the thing that I want to drill into our heads. Repeat after me. Just say it with me here. How do I say it? Repeat after me. A day without a ringing cash register is a terrible day in business. Okay? Drill that into your head. Any day that your cash register in your business isn't going cha-ching, any day that you're not collecting a deposit check, any day that you're not depositing money into your account is a terrible, terrible, terrible day for a business, because every day you have money going out. You got people working in the field, you got your overhead, you got your salary, you got your web hosting, you have gasoline, you have your cell phone bill, everything in between, guys. Every day money is going out of the business. So we have to be committed to making the cash register ring every day. And even those are the people that put, hey, I'm at a goose egg so far this week, that's fine. It's Tuesday. You still got 3-4 days left if you work Saturday. All right? But set those goals, keep those goals in front of you, know where you're at every day. That's one of the basic things. All right. I want to talk a little bit about sales training here, and just why this is important before we get into some other stuff. And while I do that, what I would love for you to do is share in the chat box. There's gonna be two things. One is I'm gonna be asking for some volunteers today to role play, and we're gonna critique. We're gonna go back old school CSA here today. All right. So I might be the customer, or I might critique you, or other people critique, or whatever it is. So type in the box if you want to unmute and do a role play. That's first. And then the second thing I'll ask you to type in the box here before I talk about 3 points on sales training are, what is your biggest struggle in the Shin Fu process? All right. So if some of you are having struggles in that, I want to make sure that we give some time to help maybe coach you up on that or understand it a little better, as a group. All right. So if you could do those two things for me, that would be great. So if you want to unmute and role play, and then what your biggest struggle with the Fu is. So let's get into sales training real quick here. There are 3 main benefits to training that I just want to spell out. And again, this is Tom, this is basic. Okay. But we forget these things. And this goes for any type of training in your business, but obviously we're talking sales training. The very first benefit is it sets the standards for how your company is going to operate and how it's going to run. If you don't train as a salesperson, you don't train your people to sell, then it's going to be really hard to get to the next level in your business. If your business is not growing, meaning in scale of revenue or in profit, if you're addressing the same issues over and over and over again, chances are you're dropping the ball in sales training. Okay? So look at what those same issues are, those same struggles that you're having in your business. So for instance, one of the biggest struggles, and this is part of sales training, one of the biggest struggles I see all the time is people aren't getting paid. Guys, this is a question I get all the time. How can I make sure I get paid at the end of the project? Guys, that is a sales training issue, because in proper sales training, what we're talking about here, just in the 5 steps of the Shin Fu, you are learning how to set expectations properly and have conversations with people about money and all that other stuff. Okay? So number 1 benefit is just sets the standard for you getting to the next level of whatever that means for you in your business. That's why you need to train. Number 2, sales training will make you more money. Why? Because you're going to be more equipped to handle any situation that comes your way. And I know we've had some crazy scenarios that we've all faced as contractors. I mean, I remember I remember sitting in a house with a couple once, and they started arguing, and he looks at his wife. She had an opinion about the color of the walls, and he basically said, "What the f you know about color? Shut your." That's what he said to his wife. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation like that, but I'm like, holy crap, what do I do? Okay. Now, I know that wasn't directed towards me, but I still had two people to navigate there. All right. And I remember a while back, we did a role play. I think it was last summer. We did a role play where I played the wife, and I forget, I think Derek was the husband or whatever, and I was the wife. We started arguing. You guys remember that? So that just puts you in a situation so that you can handle it. Okay. Sales training is going to help you make more money because it is going to, it's going to build your confidence. Holy cow. Confidence is probably the most important aspect, most important thing. Likability and confidence, right? If somebody likes you and you're confident, they want to buy from you. I promise you that. Well, your confidence level will go up with the more training that you do, the more of these role plays that you do and stuff like that. It'll make you more money. Sales training will make you more money because you'll provide better service. And you'll do that because you'll truly learn, like I mentioned earlier, how to set the right expectations and what's really important to somebody and what are the non-negotiables that need to happen in order for them to feel good about working with you and your company, and on and on and on. Guys, when you get that stuff right, service goes up, referrals go up, profits go up, you make more money. Third thing that I want to touch on here, if you want to be successful with your sales training, you must be consistent. And I think we consistently say you must be consistent on these basic things. Okay, so it's like the gym. Okay, if you don't go to the gym, you lose it. If you go to the gym, you keep it. And like, think of it this way. If I went to the gym for 4 hours on a Saturday, okay, I go to the gym for 4 hours on a Saturday, and that's all I do. That's not going to get me positive results like going for a walk or doing push-ups or doing something for 15 to 20 minutes a day, because it's just once a week. But when you do something and you chip away at it each and every day, okay, I promise you that you will see the benefits of training. So sales training, all right, try to set some time aside every day, 15 to 30 minutes a day. If you're driving from point A to B, or maybe you grab your morning coffee and you put it out on the page, hey, I'm available for role play. And that just becomes part of your daily process, part of your consistent system to help you and or your people develop as salespeople. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that stuff?